So according to our reporting, Tesla has been scouring the globe since last year for deals on nickel. In particular, has struck a deal with Vale, a multi-year supply deal that involves nickel coming from Canada. What is it you think that made this deal possible?
Good evening, Emily. So essentially, nickel prices were already rising slowly and steadily before the Russian invasion of Ukraine. And part of the reason for that was a tight market for Class 1 nickel, which is predominantly used in manufacturing batteries, which go into electric vehicles. Now, Russia was supplying almost 17% of this Class 1 nickel. So a potential disruption there definitely caused an impact on the market. Tesla's strategy, although has been quite straightforward for the last year and a half or so, they've been scouring, as you rightly said, for nickel around the world. Deals with BHP last year and another deal with Telon Metals and Rio Tinto earlier this year. So they're trying to kind of secure their place in the supply chain and integrate vertically as much as possible.
In reality, it's the battery metal supply chain in general that is under pressure. How concerned should governments be and companies beyond the electric car market be?
So absolutely right, Emily, that there's a lot of pressure on the supply chain around the world. Interestingly, even in the absence of any long-term net zero carbon emission policies, we expect demand for lithium-ion batteries to rise almost 9 times between now and 2035, and particularly driven by electric vehicles. So commodities like lithium, cobalt, nickel, manganese will be required in large quantities. And actually, the supply of these are in particular parts of the world which are sometimes not that robust in terms of governance structures or supply chain. And hence, governments and companies around the world are trying to take matters in their own hands to develop the supply chain either domestically or essentially create these partnerships around the world.
Now, obviously, these companies can work to secure extra supplies of nickel or cobalt or lithium. What else can they do beyond that?
So I think 2 or 3 other interesting things they can do. The first one is they can use different battery chemistries to reduce dependence on one specific material or metal. For example, Tesla has been using more of lithium iron phosphate batteries, which require less nickel, although they have lower range and lower performance. There is a move towards using batteries which have higher manganese content and less nickel content. The second thing that could be done is building more charging infrastructure. If you build more charging infrastructure, you need batteries with slightly lower range as well, perhaps. And the third thing that could be done is recycling. So from 2030 onwards, you will have a lot of batteries, large volume of batteries that would be available for recycling, and we probably need to make use of that.